Hello, Beth DeLaForest here, and I wanted to just chat with you a little bit about um, markers of a proactive agency. So, agencies are not all created equal, and one of the things that you should be looking for in a quality agency is agency standards, so agency coverage standards, and so we all agree that price is important in insurance. And it's part of the reason why we are a broker and we have many different companies and we work for our clients rather than insurance companies. That being said, um, I would very much dissuade you from just looking at the bottom number on a quote, and your coverages matter first, because sometimes the most expensive policy is the cheapest policy. And so first we want to make sure that a policy is going to respond to you in the way you need it to at time of loss. And so we really just need to make sure that we are keeping the quality and standards um, up to par. And so one of the things as an agency that we have done is we sit down as a group, and these are fluid. They change depending on what the market is doing. And so that's, I think, important is it's like you don't just set it and then forget it, right? You have to be continually revisiting where you're at. I'll give you a really good example. So when I started in insurance, so I was 20, 2001, and the industry standard for limits of liability was 100, 300, 100. Okay. That was 25 years ago when I started. So 20, 24, 25. So I just think that, if we're suggesting the same limits of liability for how much you're covered for, 25-ish years later, that says something that we need to be continually revisiting what is the best practice. So for us, we have a minimum limit of liability that we set, that we just know anything under that is just not going to be appropriate for coverage. One of the things that we've recently, in the last couple of years, shifted to is we really started to notice that emergency road service, when it's just added onto your auto policy, is really not a good idea, because number one, many people don't know this, but it shows up as a claim on your policy when you use it, number one. Number two, it was really unbelievable at how much the surcharges would be for using emergency road service on your auto policy. We saw some extreme increases simply because emergency road service. So we have been offering a AAA membership instead of emergency road service for quite some time, because it's a membership. It's not an insurance product. It doesn't ding you. And we've had really good luck with it. I have one and I've used it, and it's been a really good setup for us. So the other thing that we do is, we do always, when possible, offer full glass coverage. That's standard in Minnesota, but in Wisconsin, it's actually optional. There are some companies that don't even offer it at all for full glass in Wisconsin, but when it's available, we do make sure that that's on the policy. We have certain limits for medical payments that we'll have to have on there. And one thing that, and this is something we've done since Aspire started, but any home or commercial property that we quote automatically has backup of sewer and drain coverage on it. That does not, a normal, like regular everyday homeowners policy does not include backup of sewer and drain. This is an endorsement you need to add on the policy. And I kid you not, that is a very, very common claim around the upper Midwest, especially when you're in spring. That's a very, very common claim. So, but it is an endorsement we put on. We do, in all cases where we are able, we put a replacement cost endorsement, or if also possible, there's another endorsement called guaranteed replacement. So we're trying to always write replacement cost policies rather than actual cash value policies, which are like a depreciated type of policies. So Again, just from a quality standpoint, like these are just commitments that we're making. And then we also just have a variety of endorsements for like matching siding and that type of thing and roofing. So that's really important, getting, we could easily strip down liability, not offer replacement cost, not put back up of sewer and drain on things, and like gut out a policy. But when push comes to shove and a loss happens, then you're not going to like us, you're not going to be happy with the policy. And at the end of the day, we need to sleep at night too, knowing that everybody is safe and properly covered. That's the heart behind what we do. And so I just feel like I wanted to share a little bit about that, because keeping the quality of your coverage is really important. Claims are stressful times, and we just want to make sure that we are doing everything that we can do on our end to support you, to make sure that your policy is responding to you the way it needs to at time of loss.